breakfast. Now you hear me well? That's good. Great. How happy are you today with the electricity in this building? Any complaints? No? We are responsible for that, not directly, but my colleague and I, Alex, in the yellow dress. We work for EWZ. I worked for EWZ the last 4 years. And we are responsible for the feedback systems and in project engineering. And today, I want to talk with you a little bit about our feedback loop and how important feedback is for us, and how well we can do it now with Scrubber, using Scrubber, and having customized Scrubber to our needs. EWZ is maybe rather here. EWZ is a company of the city, so we are 100% daughter of the city. And what always amazes me about this company is that we are in so many value chains of electricity. So I'm not sure if the electricity we get now is produced in Graubünden and transported over huge grid lines here, or if it's just on the other roof that some people in the city actually participated in financing. So that's a very nice thing, that we are full value chain from the production to the grid to the trade and then to the sales. And it's a very unsexy product, right? The question I asked you, we've never asked our customers. What stupid question is that? Are you happy with the electricity? We know when there's a fallout, you will definitely tell us that you're unhappy with the electricity not being available. But other than that, we ask other questions that I'll tell you later. Before I want to come back to electricity, a very old product, but to get us into the feedback mood, I want to go to the first feedback ever given. As I imagine, this is the first product ever built, and I'm thinking there must have been a feedback loop, right? Then we somehow have to come here, and there must have been one of these typical questions. There it is. You must have been asked for how happy are you with the product? And I want to show you with this. This is a feedback that's okay, right? But we can't really work with that. It's very positive, but we can't really. He could have told that there's some back pain we sometimes have, and maybe we could have solved that, and then we wouldn't have back pain now. But this is a good feedback so far, and when you are asked to give feedback and you can give feedback, then you're also more willing to ask for more feedback. And I think the second situation was probably this, something that we could improve maybe better. Asking how your opinion is very important to us, and then maybe saying something like, that's a very good feedback, we can do something with it. And now we have Pink Lady and what else, Boss Cop, and we even have pairs and stuff like that. So from there we could develop. But I'm less of a good historian, so I jump in right into our case rather than spending more time on this. We have several questions at EWZ that we ask, and and what we use Scrubber for now. We have implemented Scrubber in 2023. So we've definitely not been the longest customer that you had, but I think the first one in the field with some individual questions, especially because we have SAP as a data background, and I don't know how many companies of yours use SAP. It's very difficult to connect With these obstacles, we have managed well over the last year with Axel, with Orly, with Christian in the team to collect answers from our customers to all of these questions. So we use Scrabble on our website. We use it in our portal to ask for our biggest process is the moving, right? So when you move in the city, you have to know which address you moved to, who lived there before, what product they had, if they had a solar panel on the roof or something like that. It can get very complicated, and the process online is very important for us, so we need good feedback on that. And so we use it on our website, asking about the different steps. But we also use it ad hoc so that we can test a new product. We even sometimes use it as a replacement for our website. So if our website team is not fast enough, or actually Scrabble is better to use for that, we probably ask. We do a little loop with Scrabble. We just had a campaign asking you to switch to email bill because we don't need to produce all this paper, right? And we use Scrabble to ask you for your email address. We're even to ask you if you have any more questions, answering that. And for all that, we use Scrabble. Right now, we have it online. We have it. Email is a big channel for us. We have a very good response rate. I'll show you later that we're very happy with, so that we can work well with. We've used, in a very few cases, more internally for presentations like these. We used the QR code as well, very easy to use. That's nice. And we have around 12 surveys that are on all the time. So we have the ad hoc thing is going. A new one probably every 2 months or something. And we have about 8 regular users, 8 to 10, which is very good with Scrabble, that we can. It is easy to use, right? You can build up your survey and test it already. What I want to show you, what is our case we worked most on, is the question, how do you rate your service experience? Because this is our biggest contact to the customer. We don't, and the bill, of course. But this is nothing. There's no place where we would ask for feedback. But for the service experience, we had a very specific case, and that one I want to show you. If there are any questions at any time, just interrupt me, and we can either do it now if they just pop up, otherwise right after. Maybe quickly to the value. After a year using this, we've started our feedback loop 2017 with another company, and we've reevaluated what actually the feedback gives us with Scrabble. Now it's similar, but we can narrow it down to actually the snapshots, so that we can get an impression of how our customers are feeling right now with many things, sometimes even campaigns that we have billboards all over the city or something, and then you get responses to that, or things that are going wrong in the systems that aren't fine with the invoices and stuff. And there we can get a good snapshot. Definitely recognition, so people are very happy that we ask. So that they get a chance to tell their feedback. We try to steer the optimization in the company through the feedback. That works mediocre. I'll tell you later why. And then we have actually KPIs. We are measured on the customer satisfaction at EWZ. Okay, to our case. We have an interaction in the customer center. It can be in person, it can be a process you do on the website, it can be via mail, email, or phone. And this all ends up in a service ticket in SAP that had been going on for forever, that had been processing fine. The new thing about it is that we segment the topics that you have and the channel you came through to ask you via an email campaign that we use SAP Marketing Cloud for. And with this, we lead people to Screva. We have around 230 customers. They are all registered, so we know who asked us. Like the service ticket has a connection to the actual Geschäftspartner in the SAP system. And so what we do when we send this mail, and this is the email, we link it with the button. That's a function in the Marketing Cloud. It has a hash in it, a very long one, but this we can use to recognize the customer all over the process. So that's the magic behind it. Maybe already to tell here, this policy is for us even more sensible. And I mean, some people are here are working in the pharma sector, right? So also there you have probably big issues with that. We've looked around and checked what we could actually gather, which informations we are allowed to save. That's very restrictive. And we decided to put this shortened version of this explanation. We sent this to all private customers who had an internet interaction and to small and medium enterprises. We block them for 3 months so that they don't get mails all the time from us. And we send out on average 50 mails per day and get 5 responses from that. We have an opening rate of like 60% roundabout. So I think we're quite privileged there because we are a company of the city and rather reliable in comparison to Amazon or whatever. We have a better opening rate, I guess, there. And about the individual SAP hash, I already told you. We've built this up in Screva ourselves. When this is a very nice thing that once we had Screva to use for us, we had the possibility to create our own survey right away, and we use also now the roles and permissions add-on that we just got to narrow down. Also, this is a restriction we have from the city, so that not everyone has the same rights here. But our experience here is that people are very open to use it and make use of that and ask for ideas, build little teams, and can work. Sometimes stuff gets published without even having us influenced in it, and that's a nice thing about it. We use targets here, so we have different customer service units, and we want to measure how they perform in the end. So we use different targets here. We save in Screva with the answer you give. We save this SAP hash so that we can remember you. We use the categorization. So when you give a feedback, we know your sentiment and we know what it's roughly about. Right now, it gives you like every category that could be somehow connected to it. And then we narrow it down and delete some of them so that we have a good share of it and can use the categorization well. And this is something that was very important for us to keep using it. We cross out inappropriate content. So for one thing, for example, if I work there in the customer center, we have our name saved. And when someone says Markus Kappen is not a friendly customer service person, then we cross out my name. So it's not visible anymore. It's not personalized anymore. And this is a restriction that we are not allowed to evaluate people from customer feedback. Maybe that's different in other branches. That's round about the process, how people get to Screva. This is doesn't really look as user-friendly as it actually appears in the survey, but feel free to contact our customer service. Maybe you get such a precious mail then in the end. We don't ask people if they would recommend us, because people can't change the energy supplier anyways. So there will be, we used to do that with in 2017, and that's a weird question to ask then. So we do a customer satisfaction score on a scale to 10. We ask what we need to approve or what they liked most. So it's like a user tree that they use there. First contact resolution that we measure, that we get also measured with in KPI. How much effort did you invest? So how difficult for you was it to end the process? And depending, if we got over the last 4 questions the feeling that you're unhappy or your issue is unsolved, then you also get the question, do you want to be contacted by us? And we save your telephone number for exactly this case. And there it ends, at least for the way to Screva. And for the very most of the answers we get, also there's no reply really demanded. So it's really a feedback that they give. We have someone screening the feedback. We screen the feedback for people who haven't filled this out in the end, but are unhappy for any other reason. So we can make a service ticket manually. But after we used Screva, saving all the feedbacks there, having the user identified there, having everything categorized, having all the inappropriate content crossed out. We screen the feedbacks ourselves, I already said that, and we send this to an internal group of people, and we get the feedbacks and the callbacks, so the question, do you want to get contacted, to our SAP. This actually, the connection from Screva to SAP that might look complicated or might seem like a big challenge, but it's actually just an email. So Screva sends out perfect emails in the perfect shape actually for us, so that we can filter out everything, and the self-service cloud gets the content and knows, filters out what it needs from it, and then puts up a service ticket. Internally, this is basically what we do. Please don't tell Digitech that I use their designs here. This is just for internal in this small group of people here. But this is how we try to come up with some creative ideas to make customer feedbacks visible at EWZ. Small billboards, we have feedbacks on screens now that we filter out the best feedbacks that we can get. We had blogs that we send out with feedbacks, with the data, how's our customer satisfaction score, and so on. And the visibility is fine now. So we see that people know a little bit better what the issues are for our customers, and we change this on a monthly basis. Of course, we have the KPIs, the screenshot from Screva, and everything's there now for us to have an easy check how we're standing there. And then we go back to emails in the categorization. So like the guy who's responsible for the invoices gets quarterly a summary of all the feedbacks important to him. Second to last slide. So it wasn't too easy to do all this loop, but it was important in the end, and this is the result we're having. We with every customer who gives feedback, sometimes 2 or 3 times a year, we have this saved in the customer journey in their history as an interaction in the sales service cloud, and we have tickets for the callbacks. So the callbacks gets answered then right away because it's automatically linked to the sales service cloud. And yeah, this is basically our situation now. Probably for like as a company who doesn't really sell to private people, right? We don't have. Also, we are not allowed to sell you something. We are part of the city, right? We get feedbacks and use them. Like probably 95% we don't use, and it lies now in the system. But the people in the customer service now know how happy they were last time, and now they can, when they answer their phone, they can react to that better. This is our loop in total in the end, and maybe the right time for questions if you have some.